cannot wait to taste her smoothies, which you all have a chance. She's got tons of smoothies for us to taste. So we're going to learn how smoothies are going to change our lives, how simple and easy they are. And yeah, let's get it on, everybody. Dr. Mariza Snyder. Yeah. Look, teamwork. Great.
Good afternoon. Bring this over here.
Good afternoon. I am so thrilled to be here at the WOW event. Are you guys still feeling pretty thrilled? Awesome. Well, I am going to be bringing to you what I consider to be a very powerful yet very simplistic daily habit. But before I start on with this habit, I want to hear how many of you, I just want to see a show of hands, how many of you started the new year wanting to get healthier? Wonderful. I'm in the right place. Whew. Okay, next I want to hear a yes from you if you are looking to increase your vibrational energy tonight or today. Yes. Awesome, wonderful. Okay, so the habit I'm bringing to you today is a daily habit that I have been doing for over 5 years. And this daily habit is drinking a quart of green smoothie. Now, this habit was brought to me first at a publisher meeting. So I was actually writing my first book about 5 years ago, The Antioxidant Counter, and I was in a meeting trying to petition for this book. And I'm sitting at this coffee shop petitioning, and my publisher, he cannot stop talking about green smoothies. He had just had another author write a book called The Green Smoothie Diet, and he talked about how it changed his life. And all the while I'm sitting in this meeting thinking, I'm like, what about my book? But it was really awesome because it was extremely intriguing. He told me how it changed his life. He had more energy. He felt great. And so the moment I left that meeting, he actually gave me the book. And I went back to my office and took a look at it and began making these smoothies for the last 6 years, and such a game changer. And the reason why is that so many of us, well, we are deficient. You know, we're deficient in our nutrition, and unfortunately, we are bombarded by a lot of toxicity here in this culture. And those are the two big things that we struggle with our health. And so the reason why this quart of green smoothie, this daily habit I'm bringing to you today, is going to be transforming is because it's putting the right things into the body. So does anyone, kind of like a show of hands, does anyone know how many servings of fruits and vegetables the average adult gets in this country? It's 1 to 2. Technically, the CDC says 1.1 servings of fruits and vegetables for almost every single state in the United States, including here in California. Now, does anyone know how many servings of fruits and vegetables the average child gets?
Mostly fruit.
It's 0. Technically, it's 1. So it breaks down like this. Half is fried potatoes, and we call those French fries, right? And the other half is going to be ketchup, and part of that's ketchup, and the other half is going to be juice from concentrate. Okay, so now the question is how many servings of fruits and vegetables is the average adult supposed to eat every single day? 15. 12 to 15. And I know you guys are like, oh, what? Okay, now the question. Remember, it's a daily habit of a quart of green smoothie. If you guys don't know what a quart jar looks like, this is a quart jar. It only breaks down to 2 pint glasses. Super, super easy to do every single day. Guess how many servings of fruits and vegetables are in a quart jar of green smoothie?
8.
15. I knocked it out right there for you. So this 10-minute habit, literally it takes 10 minutes to make. I have been timed in my own home to literally pull the ingredients out, take them out, this is my blender by the way, put it in my blender, pour them into quart jars, and clean out my blender and be out the door in like 6 minutes or less. Okay? Can you guys get down with that? Is that a doable habit? Okay, now the reason why we need 15 servings of fruits and vegetables, I had mentioned it just a moment ago. We are struggling with two things. Two things cause disease. One is going to be deficiency of micronutrients. So phytonutrients, antioxidants, vitamins, cofactors, minerals, all of the things that feed all of our reactions in the body. And then number two is toxicity. So we are bombarded with toxins. It comes in all types of flavors and shapes and forms. Could be emotional, could be physical, could be preservatives and additives, could be all different types of things. And we need those micronutrients to actually get rid of all of that toxicity, right? And so when you're putting raw plant-based greens being the most important, so we're going to be putting at least 7 servings of greens inside of here. You are working with the most nutrient-dense food that we can consume. And honestly, I love vegetables. Ask my friends, ask my family. I'm like a little rabbit. But I will tell you, I have a little plate right here of the amount of fruits or amount of servings of greens that we're looking at. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's a lot. And it would take me a little while to eat that many greens. And honestly, time is a factor always, but we don't even have the jaw structure or the ability to actually cream greens down the way we're supposed to get all of that phenomenal nutrients. And greens are, like I said, the most nutrient-dense food in terms of the phytonutrients and the antioxidants and all the things. But the number one thing that greens have, besides all of those micronutrients, are going to be live enzymes. Now, we are all born with a finite amount of live enzymes. And we began to deplete those enzymes around 26 to 30 years old. That means we don't get any more. And the way that we're supposed to get live enzymes is through vegetables and fruits, specifically greens, a big piece. And how many servings of fruits and vegetables did I say the average adult ate? 1.1, right? 1 to 2. Do you think that's enough for the amount of enzymes that we need to run this body? And I love asking people all the time, like, what does enzymes do for the body? And enzymes do everything. They do everything. They run every reaction in the body. They run our digestive system. They deal with free radicals. They allow me to speak up here with you guys today, allow us to laugh and not even think about the things that we're doing inside of our bodies. And so enzymes are very, very necessary. And we are very depleted in our enzyme source, unfortunately. And as a practitioner, I've been a practitioner for about 10 years now, what I have seen is I see people who are getting sicker earlier and earlier. I find that we are depleting our enzyme reserves even earlier, or we're not replenishing those enzyme reserves even as children and into our young adult age. And that is really the game changer. When we began to put raw plant-based enzymes back into the system that are already literally pre-digested with a blender. So we don't have to cream them, we don't have to chew them, we can literally just put them in our blender and drink them all up. That bioavailability absolutely changes the game. So I have a challenge for every single one of you tonight, or today. I usually speak at night, but it's this afternoon. And my challenge is I want you to go home. It's my call to action. I want you to go home and I want you to commit yourself to 30 days worth of a quart of green smoothie. Just 30 days. That's all I'm asking. Just a quart of green smoothie for 30 days. And this is what's going to happen. So if you decide to take this challenge on with me, now I took this challenge on about 5 or 6 years ago, and I never stopped the challenge. That's what I'm hoping is going to happen for you as well. It was such a game changer for my health, and I thought I was doing all the right things. I'm a chiropractor, I'm certified in nutrition, I know a lot about nutrition, I meditate, yoga, exercise, I'm doing the gamut of wellness, right? And was not doing the green smoothie habit, and it was such a big game changer. But there are 3 major things that are going to happen to every single one of you if you decide to take on this challenge. You guys ready for them? Okay. Number 1 is you're going to experience, and now this can happen at day 2 or 5 or 10. I had just met a mother and her daughter who definitely on the standard American diet, and they came to a class of mine a couple days ago, about a week ago. And she had emailed me back about 3 days later, and she's like, my daughter and I, we are doing this challenge. And we we feel it. It's been 2 days, and she's like, is that crazy? Like, should we be feeling these changes already? You know, do you ever hear of that? And I'm like, I hear that all the time. Anytime you bring that kind of nutrition into the body, it's going to change the game. So, first thing that you're going to experience, and this has been tested, this has been reviewed, and research studies have been done. The first thing that you're going to experience is an increase in energy. Can anyone use a little bit more energy in their life? Anybody? Okay? Would you like a little bit of mine? Okay, so energy. I love having that high vibrational energy inside of me. I love feeling energetic throughout the entire day. It's my day on the day-to-day. Number 2, the second thing you're going to experience is going to be an increase in improvement of digestion. So when you're bringing, I can tell you right now, 40% of all hospital visits are digestive related. So I'm doing the math, and a good chunk of you I know have probably sluggish digestion, maybe inflamed digestive systems, and this is going to absolutely change the game for you. You know, forget having to go to the doctor. I always think it should be like a green smoothie a day will keep the doctor away, right? Okay, you need more than just one apple. It's not going to do the trick. So improvement in digestion. When you have that much fiber, now the average person, the average adult only gets about 11 to 14 grams of fiber in their diet. And we're actually supposed to be consuming about 40 grams of fiber every single day. Well, guess how many grams of fiber are in a quart of green smoothie? 40 grams. We've got you taken care of. So increase in digestive system. And when you start to heal the gut, you begin to heal everything else, because I am a big proponent of knowing that a lot of disease happens in our gut. A lot of our inflammation begins in our gut and then goes other places. So that is a big one. So number 2, improvement in digestion. And then number 3 is going to be an increase in weight loss. You will lose weight bringing this high level energy into your life. So when you replace any other meal during the day, breakfast or lunch or dinner, whatever it may be. I'm a breakfast green smoothie girl, but you can do whatever you like. But when you replace whatever you're eating through the day with a high density nutrient food like this, your body is going to use everything. It's not even going to store it. All of what goes into this smoothie that you're going to see me make is pure bioavailable energy for your body. Your body's just going to use it all up. And a quart of green smoothie is about 200 calories and billions and billions of enzymes and raw nutrients, right? So that 200 calories is just being used for all of the reactions that you need in the body. So you're going to lose weight anytime that you sub out your other foods for this. This is going to be the game changer. And so those are the 3 big things that you're going to experience. Other things that you're going to experience, I don't know if you'll notice, but other people are going to notice that you have a more improved mood, okay? That's nice, especially family and friends, and that's near and dear to you. They're going to notice you're a nicer, more even-keeled person. That's awesome, right? It's a big win. Also, you're going to experience thicker hair. Look at this hair, okay? You're going to get some thick hair. You're going to get thick nails, and people are going to notice that you're going to have a brighter, clearer complexion. Those are just some of the other things that we've seen. And over 95% of all people who start this habit, this 30-day challenge, have experienced and they just feel an improvement in vitality, an improvement in health and wellness. They feel better. Who doesn't want to feel better, right? I'm a big fan of function. I like 100% function. That's why I love this habit so much. But I think feeling good, too, is a huge piece. But when we're talking about feeling good, what I want to do is I want to press upon a little bit on that vibrational energy I was talking about. So I think that is a big game changer as well. And yes, I am saying that this is going to raise your vibrational energy. So physics shows and demonstrates that we are energetic beings. We literally energy transferring from our neurons to our cells. The communication between our brain and our body and our organ systems is all ran through energy. And we can measure that energy. Now, a healthy person has a megahertz of energy of 62 to 68 megahertz. A healthy person. Okay? Now, a person who is sick, let's say a person who is struggling with cancer, is going to run anywhere between 20 to 42 megahertz of energy. And what I love is that a quart of green smoothie ranges anywhere between 70 to 80 megahertz of energy. So actually can raise up someone's vibrational energy, which I think is super important. So I am a huge proponent of a plant-based diet. You should know that a cancer cell, just kind of give you some reference, has 2 megahertz. So a cancer tumor runs around 2 megahertz of energy, and so does a cooked piece of chicken. So I wanted to just advocate as well that when you are bringing this into your diet, you're bringing yourself towards a more plant-based lifestyle. And I am a major advocate of a 70 to 80% plant-based diet, and at least 80% of that to be raw. And when you bring this habit into your life, when you bring this challenge in, you have now replaced a third of your food, right? So now you're now at least 33% plant-based and a 33% raw-based diet, which is what I really want to emphasize today. So after this talk, you're going to have, well, not after the event. So I was going to be the last speaker on the stage tonight, and I was really excited because after the talk, you guys are going to get to sample the smoothie that I'm going to make today. So I have a sample. I am known for a very specific smoothie, although I make all different kinds of smoothies, but I've become very famous for my Orange Julius smoothie. So anyone ever had an Orange Julius before? Right? No more. I am literally transitioning you to that higher state of being. No more Orange Julius smoothies. No more even Jamba Juice smoothies. So the other part that I loved about this is not only time, but people always tell me that they think eating healthy is very expensive. It drives me nuts. It's not very expensive at all. So your quart of green smoothie is actually cheaper than your coffee at Starbucks. So a quart of green smoothie is around $2.25 to make. Does that seem reasonable? And especially if you connect with a co-op, or you connect with the farmer's market and kind of go with my farmer's market in Oakland, if you go between a certain time, everything's half off. It's so awesome. I love it. So it's kind of get in where you fit in. There's so many different ways. And I always tell people, if you want to eat healthy, cheap, there's 2 ways to do it. One, grow your own food, and then have a freezer. Okay, so then you can put all of that food into the freezer. All right? So how many people are going to take on this 30-day challenge? Awesome. I'm so excited. Okay, so I am not going to leave you stranded. Not only are you going to get to try this smoothie today, my Orange Julius smoothie, but you're also going to get the recipe. That's right, I'm hooking you up with the recipe. I don't want you to think that you don't have ingredient lists to follow. Now, I will tell you that you can make a smoothie out of any different types of greens, any different types of fruit. Get very creative with it. You don't have to just do this one smoothie, but I wanted to get you started so that when you leave here today around 5:30, right, if you're staying for the VIP event, I know that there is a Whole Foods down the street. I also know that there's Trader Joe's down the street. I know that you can actually take your little flyer that I'm going to give you, and you can go and get your ingredients to make that smoothie today. So you can start tomorrow. All right, so you guys ready for this smoothie? All right, okay, here we go. Let me hook this up. Okay, so if I can get it close enough. Let me make sure it works first, okay? Woo! All right. When it comes to making green smoothies, I am a big fan of the Vitamix or the BlendTech blender. Okay? If you don't have one of these, I highly recommend that you burn yours out first. Burn your smoothie. I tell you, you're going to burn it out. Then go to Costco, whichever one they have on sale, go and buy this. I will tell you right now that this is probably one of the best investments that I've ever made in my entire life, was buying this blender. And I always joke that if there was a fire, I would grab this first. I would tell the people to leave, though. I would tell them to get out. But I've had this bad boy for almost 7 years now, and it reigns true. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to get yourself a good blender. Amazing investment. I am a much bigger blender than I am a juicer, mainly because of time and energy and cost. I like blending a lot better. And you get all the good fiber. There's so much nutrition in the fiber of your greens and your fruits and your vegetables. You want to be able to get all of that. And when it comes, I'm also a major proponent for cleansing. And I think that we should be doing daily detoxes. I think that a quart of green smoothie is probably one of the best detoxes you could do on a day-to-day basis. I wish normally I'll have big chunks of kale with me, and it's like a scrubby brush, right? I always think of it like a scrub brush, and how it's literally going through the digestive tract and just picking up everything and anything it's supposed to clean up, and then sending it right out the door. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the greens in first. That's what we've got to do. And does anyone know why we're putting the greens in first? We got to break it down, right? We got to break it down. And it allows you to put more greens in afterwards. Okay?
What did you say the names of the blenders were?
Blendtec and Vitamix.
Thank you.
This, how much was the Vitamix?
How much greens?
How much green? So on my recipe, I'll say 2 cups of each. When it comes to smoothies, I'm not a recipe girl. So I am going to fill this whole thing up to the top. Okay, now this jar is a 2-quart jar, so it's going to fill 2 of these. Okay, 2 quarts.
You have water in there?
Yeah, so my base is water. Sorry about that. So you can get creative, especially if you're a newbie. This particular smoothie is a very, very newbie-esque. That's why I don't want to scare you off, right? You guys, by the way, you're going to be blown away by this green smoothie that you're going to try. You would have begged me for the recipe, but luckily I thought ahead. And I already have it for you, don't worry. So water is always my base at home, but you can do coconut water, you can do almond milk, you can even do fresh squeezed orange juice, especially for the kiddos, like for kids, definitely mix it up, but kids do drink these. I meet moms every single day. I've literally put over 5,000 people onto this habit, moms and kids and families included, so I know it's doable. I see kids with little green mustaches all the time, okay? And if you were worried about the green color, then throw some blueberries in it, and then it just looks like puke brown. And they'll love it. Kids love the puke brown. Okay.
I call it a shake.
Exactly. Now, this particular smoothie today is going to be on the greener side, so we're going to be making a green smoothie. We don't have any blueberries. We have strawberries that we're going to be using. So, greens first. I'm going to blend this down really quickly. I'm going to add a couple more greens, and then we're going to add the fruit, okay? All the work for you. All you gotta do is drink it. So easy. I'm very much an on-the-go girl, like so many other women in this room tonight or today, and gentlemen as well. So I literally bring this into my car wherever I travel, and it's just so easy to do. It takes me about 10 to 15 minutes to drink it. When it comes to making a cream smoothie like this, I say make them every day. So every 24 hours. Once you spill open all the contents of the greens and the fruit and the vegetables, they're going to begin to oxidize, right? Because you've opened everything up. So you want to, I would say, consume it within 24 hours. You can taste the difference. You can taste that it begins to change. You can always even freeze your green smoothie if you want. You can also even freeze your greens. I don't use ice in my green smoothies. I just do frozen fruits. Makes it really slushy.
So are you using all kale here?
I'm using kale and spinach.
Okay, and are you concerned at all with how much oxalates are in that versus, like, say, using collards to kind of break
Yeah, I mix them up. So I'm always mixing up my greens. You always want to mix up your greens. So kind of get creative. And with greens and green smoothies and so many wonderful greens out on the market, you can really mix up your greens. So greens like,
Seasonal, would you suggest?
I would definitely seasonal greens in California are pretty much all year long, so you're never without greens. Arugula, like a spicy smoothie. Arugula is great, but arugula, spinach, collards, chard, kale, dandelion greens, turnip greens, carrot tops. You know, there's more nutrition in carrot tops than there is in the root of the carrot. And then throw your carrot in there too. So at the farmer's market, they have the big, and they always try to take my carrot tops. I don't love that. They try to cut them off. Like, no, it's for my smoothie. Okay, so I'm going to blend the greens down a little bit more. Imagine all of that nutrition. Oh, goodness, I'm so excited. Aren't you guys excited? Are you salivating right now? I know you are. Okay, so then this is a very simple smoothie. I wanted to keep it simple for you guys today. So then I'm just going to do the fruit. So it's going to be a banana. That gives it a creaminess to it, really good and creamy. I love the bananas. Also avocado, but I have a hard time putting avocados into my smoothie. I love them so much. It just disappears into the smoothie. So you can do avocado if you want. You're never going to see me do it, but I'm just going to throw it out there for you. And then I'm just going to do a bunch of fruit. So it's already pre-packaged. It's organic mango and strawberries. Okay, now this is an orange Julius green smoothie. Like I said, you guys have not seen me do any oranges, have you? Not yet. So the way I'm going to make my orange Julius smoothie, I'm actually going to do it with oils. I'm using plant-based essential oils to do the green smoothie piece, and I'm going to put 3 different oils in there. It's going to be lemon, wild orange, and citrus bliss, and this is what's going to make the smoothie taste super wonderfully orangey. You can do orange juice, but I do like using these a little bit more powerful. They also bring a different component of healing and a different component of high vibrational energy. So it kind of just adds an extra kick to my smoothies. I call this my uplifting orange Julius smoothie because these oils are very, very uplifting.
Where do you get the oils?
The oils that I use are very specific. These are going to be doTERRA oils because they're internally consumable. So I want to make sure I'm using oils that are consumable. Okay, you guys ready? Almost there. That's it. Now I'm trying to figure out. This has water in it. I don't think I can drink it fast enough. Usually I taste it, and I'm so bummed. I don't think I have a little cup.
It's fine.
Oh yeah, pour the water in the road. Good idea. I love tea. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna try it. This is my lunch, you guys. I'm so excited. And like I said, we have 6.5 gallons of smoothie out there for you, so no worries, I know. Strawberries. So yeah, so in the smoothie outside is the exact smoothie that I just made inside. So it's going to be the orange Julius smoothie. So I just want to give you a heads up, if there are people with intolerances, it's banana, mango, strawberries, kale, and spinach, and water. That's what's in the smoothie outside as well. So I know I met a woman the other day who had a banana allergy, so.
You don't do other colored vegetables like the oranges and the greens? You got greens there, of course.
Yeah. Oh, do I put other vegetables in? Absolutely. So I love celery. So the same types of vegetables that you would put into a juicer, you can absolutely, this is going to literally obliterate anything you put in it, even your iPhone. I believe there's YouTube studies that show that these YouTube videos that show these guys will blow up iPhones and will obliterate them. So you can put any vegetable that you want, and you kind of just play with it. Cucumbers, I think cucumbers are kind of bullies in the smoothie world, so they'll really take up the flavor. But you can kind of play with it. I love bell pepper. I even know people who put Brussels sprouts and broccoli into their green smoothies. You can really get creative with it. But again, the most nutritionally dense food that is going into the green smoothies is going to be the greens, right? That is bar none. So I have a hierarchy of foods. You guys interested in that? Yeah. Okay, it's a food pyramid. I gotta try this first though. Let's see how amazing it is. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so good. Pinch myself, that's so good. All right, so ready for this hierarchy. The hierarchy goes like this. The first and most important foods that you should be eating are greens. Okay? Greens are number 1. Number 2 is going to be vegetables. Number 3 are fruits. Number 4 is going to be legumes, so it's going to be beans and lentils. Those are where a lot of my good protein comes from. Number 5 is going to be organic grains. Be careful of grains. I know there's a lot of people with gluten intolerances in here, and all of us are kind of a little intolerant. So quinoa, oats, things like that. And then nuts and seeds. And then a little bit of actual fats, a little bit of natural sweeteners. That is my hierarchy of foods. As far as I'm concerned, everything else is just extra. Everything. Not that extra isn't allowed, because I gave you guys 20%. I said 80% plant-based diet. I didn't say 100% plant-based diet. So
let's run through that hierarchy again, please.
Sure. One more time. It's going to be greens. Greens number 1. So before 2 years ago, Greens were pretty much the garnish on the buffet table, you guys. I'm so happy they're coming to the forefront. So greens are number 1. Number 2 are vegetables. Lots and lots of vegetables. Number 3 is fruits. Number 4 is legumes. Number 5 is going to be organic grains. Number 6 is nuts and seeds. And then on the very top is good fats and going to be natural sweeteners, like honey, things like that, molasses, those types of things. So that is my hierarchy of foods. It's with this particular hierarchy of foods, this pyramid of foods, I have been able to help people heal their bodies from all different types of conditions. I know for a fact that food is the healer, right? Food is almost at 80%. And it's hard to heal the body. I know that there are so many different ways to heal spiritually, emotionally. There's so many ways to heal the body. But I will tell you right now that if you don't have the enzymes, if you don't have the phytonutrients and all of the things that your body needs to work, when it comes to healing, even if it's emotional healing, if you don't have those things, like your brain is starved. Like as much as you could be doing on the outside to make changes, if you are not putting the right nutrients in the body, your body does not have the building blocks to heal. And so this is always first and foremost. Food first, making sure that you're getting the right food. And that's why I am all about easy, and I'm all about simplistic. I know how hard it is to make changes. I see it every day. I know this was a big thing for me to do, 5 years ago. And it is such a simple habit. I call it the crawl. It's the crawl towards your health. But it's something that I can get any of you guys to do. At least I'm hoping I can get you guys to do it. It is going to be, I promise you, it's going to be a game changer for your health. You are going to feel different. And it's going to taste good too, I promise.
You add protein?
I do not add protein to my smoothies. I do not think that we are a protein deficient society. I think that we get plenty of protein. I will also tell you right now that greens are chock full of protein. So I am a almost 100% plant-based diet girl. I've been that way for a long time. I work out almost 7 days a week. I have high energy. I go from 7 a.m. to about 11 p.m. every single day, and I've got more energy than I know what to do with. So I do not think that, if you feel like if you're a major competitor, major athlete, you can add a plant-based protein into your smoothies. 2 companies that I love is Sun Warrior. You can get it at Whole Foods. And then Green Smoothie Girl also makes a phenomenal plant-based protein. But for me and my family, we don't add protein to our smoothies. Any other questions? Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. I am so excited. You guys can come up to me.